Hey everybody, I had a WTF moment the other day, and I'm not foolish, and I'm not, one of those people that is unaware of things going on, but I am not around, the only high school I'm around as of this moment is my stepson. He is very quiet, and he's great, but he's very quiet, and he doesn't discuss a lot of things going on at school because his grades are fine and school is fine, and then the only other children that I'm around are my cousin's three boys, and they are in grade school, and they do grade school things. Just hang out with their friends and do sports and things like that. But went to see my cousin and his wife. It was this weekend, and my cousin's wife said, "Have you heard of the furries?" And I said, "Well, I've heard of furries because I know that certain adults dress up in costumes and go to conventions, and that's their kink." And she said, "No, in high school and middle school." And I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "There are high school students identifying as dogs and cats, dressing up as such, not the costumes, but I guess dressing up as such, and hissing and growling at other students." I said, "Well, where do these cats use the litter box?" Because that's what they do. And she says, "I don't even know what to do." And I said, "Why are schools allowing them to come in?" Because high schools and public schools are for human beings. I am so floored that I don't even know what to say. This is my thought. Animals are trained. Some animals are trained. I watched Lucky Dog, and you have Brandon McMillan, who trains dogs to be a cohesive part of a family. I know people that have service dogs. As a veteran, I know friends that have service dogs. The service dog is trained to be a support for a person when it comes to mental, emotional, and physical needs. Service animals do not interrupt other individuals in public settings. They just don't. They're taught to read cues from their person and to be of assistance to help them get through. I know within the past couple of years, you've had students that have been expelled due to maybe they wore a certain t-shirt or dressed provocatively, or dress codes have been changed due to the fact that there was just getting to be a little bit too much. I remember, and this is one thing that caused me to go WTF when my youngest daughter graduated high school. She went to MPS, which is a Milwaukee public high school, and a great deal of the students dressed like they were working the street and dressed in the most provocative clothing. And it's just not something we did in our home. My daughter's dressed just jeans, t-shirts, and all that, but not anything that would cause concern or cause someone to look at them, in a sexual manner per se. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but there was a dress code, and there was an expectation that it just, to keep yourself, whatever. But what in the hell is going on where these children, the schools are allowing these children, young adults, teenagers, to come to school and disrupt the students that have plans for their future, that are there to learn, that have, they have to pass their exams, they want to get scholarships. If this is a thing schools need to do, they need to revise the application process and have the students choose. If you're a human, check this box. If you're an animal, check that box. If you're an animal, this school doesn't support anything but emotional or support animals. So therefore, you're going to have to find a school. You're going to have to go find a trainer at the zoo. You're going to have to go somewhere else. But that's animals, unless they are certified service animals, do not belong in school. I can't even believe I'm hearing about this. Like I said, I'm not, I asked my stepson, I said, "Do you have these you know the deal with the furries? And he said, yeah. And I said, what's going on? And he said, yeah, people are dressing up like cats and dogs. And I said, do they hiss and growl at you? He said, no. He said, people are teasing them. But he's the kind of kid where it just kind of water off his back. He just goes to school to learn to, and goes and does his own thing. So it's not something that I think anyone would interrupt his education. But how disturbing. And parents, if you have a child who's doing this, this is on you. If the school contact, it should be the minute the student decides to dress like an animal, the school needs to send them home and say to the parents, when your child is ready to return as a human being, sit down, learn, and not disrupt other students. They're free to come back. Until that time, since they don't identify as a human being, they're not allowed to walk in the school unless they are a certified service animal, which is not going to happen probably in this century. It might, but I'm just saying. That's all I know. I think I was totally shocked. It was my WTF moment. I feel for parents today. I do. I didn't have that kind of drama at home. It was pretty simple in my house. It was overall, I guess. I mean, other people may say different, but for the most part, school was go to school, then you get a job, and try to stay straight and narrow so that you can have pretty quiet and you can progress in life. So anyways, employers don't hire cats and dogs. They just don't. And as far as I know, there's no reality show, and we're Teen Mom where they're making tons of money. Oh, if the internet was not out, I don't, and it is. So we're dealing with the repercussions of certain things on the internet. But either way, no, it's not okay. Sorry, if you want to identify as a cat and a dog, you go ahead, but you are going to have to create another school because animals, my two dogs don't care about history. They don't need to learn algebra. They don't require science because they don't work. Their job is to eat, poop, and take naps and behave themselves. And if they get into something, usually my fault. So anyways, that's my thought. Parents who do not know about this, ask your family members and friends who have teenage children, because they'll tell you. And they may have to ask their, children, because they might not know either. This is all new. So anyways, that's all I had to say. I hope you all have a good day, and we'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.